doesn't it?
No!
Well, it does to me. It does to everybody else.
Not to Poirot!
I suppose you don't think that looks like a great mass of cotton wool?
No!
I don't think you've got any imagination at all, Poirot.
That is true, mon ami. But fortunately, you have enough for both of us. It is extremely valuable to me.
Ah, c'est magnifique. Just the place for a restful vacation. The food will be inedible.
What do you think, Poirot? Down to the beach this afternoon? Or shall I have a round of golf? Tennis court's pretty good, I understand.
Waiter!
Still no news of Captain Seaton?
Comment?
The round-the-world flight. They haven't given up hope yet, though, apparently. He may have made it to one of the Pacific Islands.
Cannibals.
I say. Makes you proud to be an Englishman, though. Oh, I'm sorry.
Do not be sorry, Hastings. It is not a tragedy for me that I was born on the wrong side of the channel. Oh, this is intolerable. I'm going to find a waiter. Oh, mon Dieu. Garçon! Do not perturb yourself, Hastings. The turned ankle, that is all.
I wish you'd let it be seen to.
Ah, in the pleasure of your company, mademoiselle. The pain, it already passes. Ah, pardon, this is Captain Hastings. Hastings, imagine, the house over there, on the point, it belongs to Mademoiselle Buckley.
Really?
It's called End House. I love it, but it's going to rack and ruin, I'm afraid.
Oh, that is sad.
It's a big house. Do you live there all by yourself?
Oh, I'm away a good deal. When I'm at home, there's usually a rather rowdy crowd coming and going.
I was beginning to imagine you in a dark, mysterious mansion, haunted by a family curse.
Well, if it is haunted, the ghost must be sent to protect me. I've had 3 escapes from sudden death in the last 3 days.
Escapes from there?
Oh, just accidents, you know. Oh, curse these bees. I hate the way they come right past your face.
Ah.
Nick! Nick!
Here, George. Here I am.
Come on, girl. Freddie's frantic for a drink.
Hello?
This is Commander Challenger. He's in the Navy.
I have a great regard for the Royal Navy.
Hold on. Hold on.
All right, George, don't get overexcited. Come on, let's go find Freddie and Jim. I hope the ankle will be all right.
Merci.
Nice girl.
Commander Challenger, what you might call the good chap, yes?
Oh, absolutely. Oh, good dive.
Has he the tendresse for her? What do you think, Hastings?
My dear Poirot, how on earth should I know? That's Miss Buckley's hat, isn't it?
Yes, we are going to return it to End House. Thus, we shall have the opportunity to see again the charming Mademoiselle Nick.
Do you know, I do believe you've fallen for her.
No. You are under a misapprehension, mon ami. The young lady, she is very charming, yes. But I am more interested in her hat.
I don't see why you'd be interested in her hat. There's a hole in it.
Yes, indeed.
Did you do that?
Hastings, did you notice the way Mademoiselle Nick flinched as a bee flew past? A bee in the bonnet, a hole in the hat.
A bee couldn't make a hole like this.
But a bullet could, my friend. A bullet like this. Mademoiselle Nick has 3 escapes from death in as many days, now a 4th. These are not mere accidents, mon ami.
You'd have to be a madman to try and shoot someone in a hotel garden in broad daylight.
Thank you.
Good night. Morning.
Good day.
Quite impressive. Looks as if it could do with a bit of work. I say.
Yes?
Then as I kissed her hand, I could see she wore a plain.
It's not exactly courteous, Lazarus, to ignore us like this, what?
Jim is far too good a dancer to be a gentleman. Aren't you, darling?
Hope so, Freddie. An awful waste of an expensive education otherwise.
There was some men to see you, miss.
Oh, hello again.
Pardon, mademoiselle. Commander. We have come to return your hat.
What? I wondered what had happened to it.
This is for you, George.
There is a matter of the greatest urgency I must discuss with you, mademoiselle.
Well, don't say you're selling something. No. With that moustache and staying at the Majestic, can't be.
I'm trusting in you.
Now, what's all the mystery?
Mademoiselle. Mademoiselle, it was not a bee that flew past your face this morning. It was this.
What is it?
It is a bullet.
Well, I'm damned.
Miss Buckley very kindly helped my friend when he twisted his ankle this morning.
Ah, yes, so Nick said. I am glad she didn't invent the whole thing. She's the most brazen liar that ever existed, you know. Oh, it's quite a gift. She had a marvellous story the other day about the brakes on her car failing and her nearly being killed. All nonsense, Jim says. Jim knows about cars.
Is that your Chevrolet Phantom outside?
Yes. Pretty, isn't she?
Oh, I say, there's two watches on the table, exactly the same.
Oh, we've all got one of those.
Don't touch, old boy.
Keep good time, do they?
They keep at the best time in the world. Oh, I can't dance to that, Jim.
Of course you can, Freddie.
They must have known just how I like it, 'cause everything's coming my way. Who's been teaching all the birds how to sing a roundelay? They must have known just how I like it, 'cause everything's coming my way.
The first accident was that picture. I should think the painter might have said that when he'd finished it, don't you? Anyway, it came down crash in the middle of the night. Luckily for me, I've been sleeping badly lately, and I'd got up to make myself a cup of tea. Otherwise, it might have bashed my head in.
And the other accidents?
The brakes on my car went west as I was going down the hill into St. Lou. And the next day, a boulder detached itself from the cliff at the end of the garden while I was on the rocks underneath. It's jolly nice of you and all that, but why are you so interested?
You do not understand, mademoiselle? You are in grave danger.
Oh, come off it.
Oh, no. I tell it to you, You do know who I am?
No, I don't.
I forget you are but a child, huh? Hello, my friend here, Captain Hastings, he will tell it to you.
Well, Monsieur Poirot is a detective.
Oh.
A great detective.
My friend, is that all you can find to say? Mais dis donc, say then to mademoiselle that I am the detective unique, unsurpassed, the greatest that ever lived.
Well, it doesn't seem much point now. You've told her yourself.
Ah, yes, but it is more agreeable to preserve the modesty.
No, but seriously, these were just accidents.
You are as obstinate as the devil.
Aren't you clever? That's where I got my name. My grandfather was popularly supposed to have sold his soul to the devil. I lived here with him, so they called us Old Nick and Young Nick. My real name's Magdala.
Well, that's unusual.
Yes, it's a kind of family name. There's been a lot of Magdalas in the Buckley family. That's it. That's where I was standing.
And the boulder only just missed you? Could someone have pushed it from above?
No. I tell you, it was just another accident.
Do you have any enemies, mademoiselle?
I'm afraid I don't. No, sorry.
Is there anyone who would profit by your death?
No. That's why it all seems such nonsense. There's only the house. But it's mortgaged up to the hilt and the roof leaks. There's only the one bedroom that's usable, you know. All my friends stay at the Majestic.
Who is your nearest relation?
My cousin Charles Vyse. He's a local lawyer. He gives me good advice and tries to restrain my extravagances. He arranged the mortgage for me and made me let the lodge about a year ago.
We saw someone gardening there.
Mr. Croft. Very Australian. You know, hearty and that sort of thing. I mean, terribly kind, but Mrs. Croft's a cripple, poor dear.
Have you ever made a will?
Yes, I did, about 6 months ago. The day before my op for appendicitis.
And what were the terms of that will?
I left End House to Charles. I hadn't much else left to leave, but what there was I left to Freddie.
Tell me about your friends.
Well, Freddie Rice is practically my greatest friend. She left her husband about a year or two ago. He just won't give her a divorce.
And, Commander Challenger? He wishes you to marry him, n'est-ce pas?
He does mention it now and again, after the second glass of port.
And you remain hard-hearted?
Well, what would be the use of George and I marrying one another? Neither of us have got a bean.
Eh bien, apart from Madame Rice, is there any other friend you can trust, mademoiselle?
There's Maggie, I suppose.
Uh-huh. Who is Maggie?
She's a distant cousin, lives in Yorkshire. I usually have her to stay sometime in the summer. She's no fun, though.
Ah, the person ideal. Telegraph her to come tomorrow.
Oh.
Jim Lazarus, Mrs. Rice's friend. Has he anything to do with Lazarus Art Galleries?
That's the chap.
Oh, I was in there the other day.
Oh?
The Lagonda overheated just outside, so I went in to ask
These things. This morning, somebody shot at Mademoiselle Buckley with a Mauser pistol.
Mauser?
Why, do you know anyone who has a Mauser?
Yes, I have. It was Dad's. He brought it back from the war. It's gone.
You know, Poirot, that Mrs. Rice says that Miss Buckley's accident in her car was all my eye. She says Miss Buckley's a terrific liar.
Really? That is most interesting, Hastings. It is interesting for itself, and it is interesting that Madame Rice has said it. But why should she say it? Even if it were true. Ah, these little curious things. I like to see them appear. They point the way.
This is all very well, Poirot, but what we're trying to do is impossible. We're trying to detect a murderer before he's committed the crime.
Well said, Hastings.
I don't know where to start. I don't like the look of her friends very much. Except Commander Challenger, of course. He's obviously a Pakistan.
You know, Hastings, you have the most extraordinary effect on me.
Really?
Yes. You have so strongly the flair in the wrong direction that I am almost tempted to doubt the commander.
Who's that?
It is I, Poirot.
The office isn't open.
Oh, mais oui, I pushed the door downstairs. It was not locked. You are Monsieur Vyse?
Yes.
It is very good of you to see me at the weekend. Hercule Poirot.
Poirot?
Poirot. What kind of place is this? Tell me, Monsieur Vyse, if I may ask, and I have said nothing about this to your cousin, Mademoiselle Buckley, you understand? Is there any chance of End House being on the market?
Oh, no.
Miss Buckley is absolutely devoted to the place. Nothing would induce her to sell End House.
But I do not ask idly. I myself am in search of just such a property.
It's out of the question, I'm afraid. She's fanatically devoted to the house.
Why should Charles Vyse say that Mademoiselle Buckley had a fanatical devotion to the house? Did it seem like the fanatical devotion to you, Hastings?
No.
No. Not to me. What did the garage say?
Well, whatever I tell you, you'll believe just the opposite.
Oh, come now, Hastings.
Oh, very well then. The garage said that the valve on the back of the brake drum had definitely been loosened.
Truly? Then why did Madame Rice say that the car accident was all an invention by Mademoiselle Buckley? Permit? Madame, I do not know if your friend has told you, but today her life has been attempted.
What do you mean?
Mademoiselle Buckley was shot at in the gardens of this hotel.
Did Nick tell you that?
Yes, but it is no fantasy of Mademoiselle's imagination, you understand. I happened to see it with my own eyes. Here is the bullet. You see, Madame, several very curious accidents have occurred during the last few days. Ah, but you arrived here only...
Yesterday.
And before that you were in London?
No, I was staying with friends in Tavistock.
Ah, I wonder what were the names of your friends with whom you were staying?
Is there any reason why I should tell you that?
No. Mille pardon. I was most maladroit, huh? It's just that I myself, having friends in Tavistock, fancied that you might have met up with them there. Their name is Buchanan?
No. But go on about Nick. Who shot at her? Why?
As yet we do not know. But I shall find out. I am, you know, a detective.
What do you want me to do?
Watch over your friend. Excuse me.
It's open. There must be somebody here. Hello? Well, if they leave the house open like this all the time, I'm surprised they haven't all been murdered in their beds.
All right. I want you to come out very slowly with your hands above your head.
Ah, Monsieur Croft.
Stay where you are.
No, my friend. I am Hercule Poirot.
Who do you think this is, Mrs. C? the extra special, world-celebrated detective, Mr. Hercule Poirot. I brought him right along to have a chat with you.
Well, isn't this too exciting for words?
Enchanté, madame.
And Captain Hastings, Mr. Poirot's associate.
Oh, I've read about you too, Captain.
Oh, right. They're friends of Miss Buckley, Mrs. C.
Oh, well, isn't that nice? What a dear child she is. Not very well liked in this neighbourhood, I've heard, but isn't that just the way in these stuck-up English places? That beady-eyed cousin of hers has no more chance of persuading her to settle down here for good than fly in the air.
Ah, so Monsieur Charles Vyse is in love with our little friend?
He's silly about her, but she
Don't
won't...
gossip, Millie.
I have my reasons for being interested in that girl.
I wonder, Mr. Poirot, if you'd care to see some snapshots of Australia?
Well,
Good.
The man who invented the camera has a lot to answer for, mon ami.
Nice people. Typical Australians.
I do not know. That cry of cooey, the insistence on showing us 5,000 photographs, were they not playing the part a little too thoroughly? Mademoiselle Nick.
See you tonight then, George.
Righty-ho.
Bonjour, mademoiselle.
Hello, Monsieur Poirot. Captain Hastings?
Morning. Is this your boat?
How would I afford a thing like that? It's George's.
I'm just rushing to the station to meet Maggie, the nurse and guardian you insisted I send for from darkest Yorkshire.
Bon. I shall feel happier.
But you're wrong, you know, about Maggie. She's got no kind of brains. Good works is about all she's fit for. That, and never seeing the point of jokes.
But there is no joke here, I think, mademoiselle.
Cheer up, Monsieur Poirot. Tell you what, why don't you both come to dinner tonight and watch the fireworks?
Tell me, Hastings, if the Commander Challenger has not got a bean, as Mademoiselle Nick has said, how can he afford such a ship, huh?
Oh, probably just, maybe it's... Maybe she meant... I don't know.
It's only you.
Mademoiselle, I am desolated.
Oh, I'm sorry. It did sound rude.
Thank you.
Did you call, miss?
Oh, it's all right, Ellen. I answered it myself. They haven't delivered my dress to the back door, have they?
No, miss.
That's why I sounded so rude. I thought you were my dress being delivered. The brutes promised faithfully. Oh, here's Maggie. Maggie, here are the sleuths that are protecting me from the secret assassin. This is my cousin, Maggie Buckley.
That's a marvellous shawl, Nick.
Yes, it'll be warm when we're watching the fireworks.
I've never seen you in a black dress before, Nick. I thought you hated black.
I do hate it. The cleaners didn't deliver the one I wanted to wear.
That racket. They shouldn't allow speedboats in the harbour.
It's not a speedboat. It's a seaplane.
I think these flying people are absolutely marvellous.
Pity about Michael Seaton.
It may still be all right.
Rather a mad family.
That uncle of his, Sir Matthew Seaton, he was balmy. Died about a week ago.
Wasn't he that millionaire who ran bird sanctuaries?
Yeah, some girl chucked him once. He took to gannets by way of concerning himself.
I don't see any reason to assume Michael Seaton's dead yet.
Of course, you knew him, didn't you? I forgot.
We met him last year at Le Touquet. He was marvellous, wasn't he, Freddie?
Don't ask me, darling. He was your conquest, not mine.
Have you done any flying, Captain Hastings?
Well, actually...
There's the telephone. Oh, don't wait for me. I don't eat dessert. All the extra guests will be arriving for the fireworks soon anyway. Bad Mrs. Croft can't be here.
It's bad luck on poor old Mrs. C altogether. But she never complains. You know, that woman's got the sweetest nature.
Splendid view of the festivities, eh?
Didn't he come last year?
I say, look at that. What a display.
Beautiful. I think I'll just run inside and get a coat.
Oh, let me.
No, you wouldn't know where to find it.
Oh, Maggie, can you get mine too? It's in my room.
She didn't hear. I'll get it, Freddie. I want my fur one. This cape isn't nearly enough.
Thank you, darling.
It is monotonous, do you not find, Hastings?
I like the different coloured ones.
I fear the dampness of the feet. I shall watch the rest of the display through a nice window from the warmth of the house.
I wouldn't mind putting something on myself, actually. Look. It's Miss Buckley.
You... Sorry I've been so long, Maggie.
It's Maggie Buckley. She's been shot.
How did it come about that your cousin was wearing your cape tonight?
We came in to fetch our coats, and I just flung off the cape on the sofa there. I went upstairs, and I was still in my room, and I heard Maggie call out that she couldn't find her coat. She said she'd take mine if I didn't want it, and I said, all right, I'll be out in a minute. And when I did, it did come out.
I won't ask any more questions tonight.
I'm going to suggest, Miss Buckley, that you don't stay here. You've had a shock, you understand. What you need is complete rest. I know of an excellent nursing home.
No.
But we want you to feel safe, mon enfant. Do you understand?
I understand, but you don't. I'm not afraid any longer. I've got nothing to live for now. If someone wants to murder me, they can.
You can't say that, Miss Buckley. You mustn't.
Mademoiselle, I have failed you. I, who promised you protection, have not been able to protect. But now I want to know that you are in safe hands, huh?
with people around you day and night.
What's going on? It's not Nick, is it? She's not dead.
No. No, mon ami. She is alive.
Nick. My darling, I thought you were dead.
It's all right, George. Don't be an idiot. I'm quite safe.
Then what's happened? The policeman said Miss Buckley was dead.
The sooner you get to your bed, the better, Miss Buckley.
I'm sorry, George.
It was Miss Maggie Buckley.
Oh, my God. What a tragedy.
Statement from the Chancellor. As announced in our 9 o'clock bulletin, hope has been abandoned for the aeroplane pilot, Mr. Michael Seaton. Treberand Island fishermen have salvaged wreckage believed to be parts of the Albatross, the seaplane built by Mr. Seaton for his attempt to fly round the world. The opposition...
No one, Dr. Graham. No one. Not even the dearest friend of Mademoiselle Buckley is to be allowed to see her.
Oh, Monsieur Poirot.
Not even the King of England. No one. Except me, Captain Hastings, and your good telephone. Mademoiselle, I wish you good night. Hastings.
How is she?
Safe.
You don't think the police could be right, do you, Poirot? That this is the work of some wandering lunatic?
No. The murderer is someone in Mademoiselle's own circle.
Do you think he realized he'd killed the wrong person?
I am quite sure he did not.
Must have been an unpleasant surprise when he learned the truth. Difficult not to give oneself away in circumstances like that.
Answer me 3 questions, Hastings. What? What? 3 questions. 1. Why has Mademoiselle Nick been sleeping so badly of late? 2. Why did she own a black evening dress when she never wears black? 3. Why did she say last night, I have nothing to live for now?
Did she?
She did. Answer the questions, Hastings.
Well, as to the sleep, well, she's been worried lately.
About what?
What? Oh. I don't know. With the black dress, well, you heard. The cleaners let her down. Anyway, all women have a black dress.
You have little appreciation of the feminine temperament, Hastings.
Well, anyway, the last, well, it was a natural thing to say after that awful shock.
No, mon ami. It was not a natural thing to say. To be horror-struck by her cousin's death, to reproach herself for it, yes. All that is natural enough, but the other? No. Never before has she displayed that attitude. She has been defiant. Hello? Yes? Certainement. Yes. Madame Rice. She wishes to see us.
I suppose there's no doubt that the intended victim was really Nick.
I should say, madame, that there was no doubt at all.
You asked some questions about Tavistock the other day, Monsieur Poirot. You'll find out sooner or later, so I might as well tell you the truth now. I was not in Tavistock.
No, madame?
I motored down from London last week with Mr. Lazarus. We stayed in a little place called Shalacombe. Together.
I see.
I'm still a married woman. Technically.
May I be impertinent, madame?
Is there such a thing these days?
You care for Monsieur Lazarus?
He's rich.
Oh la la. That is an ugly thing to say.
Better to say it myself than to have you say it for me.
You are very intelligent, madame.
You'll be giving me a diploma next. I'm going to take some flowers round to Nick and see how she is.
Oh, that is very amiable of you. And I thank you, madame, for your frankness.
Very nice. Very nice. I'm at the Gulls myself. Stone's throw from the gasworks.
My dear Chief Inspector, it is so good to see you. You do not stay here?
The Metropolitan Police lodging allowance doesn't quite run to this. Funny old business, this end house malarkey, eh?
As you say, Chief Inspector.
You think these accidents you had were all part of it?
Oh, there is no doubt.
You might be right. Be a help if we could get hold of the gun.
Probably at the bottom of the sea by now, if the murderers got any sense.
They mostly haven't. Right, well, I better go and have a word with the dead girl's parents. They've just got down from Yorkshire. Let me know if you have any ideas, won't you?
Of that you may be sure, Inspector. No, it is all very well and very pretty for Madame Rice to force the richness of Monsieur Lazarus down our throats, huh?
Yes, I must say that rather disgusted me.
Ah, mon ami. Always you have the right reaction in the wrong place. No. Madame Rice was trying to tell us something. I have a friend who is very rich. He can give me all I need. I do not need to murder my dearest friend for a pittance.
I see.
Look here, Poirot, what's the meaning of this? They won't let me see her. Is this your work?
Have you seen Dr. Graham?
Gave me all the usual guff, as well as can be expected, past a quiet night. Think I don't know those tricks? I've got an uncle in Harley Street. I think you're at the bottom of this, Poirot.
Listen to me, mon ami. There is no fooling you. If one guest is to be admitted, others cannot be kept out. You comprehend?
I see. All or nothing, as you might say.
We will say no more, huh? The extreme prudence is what is needed at the moment.
I can hold my tongue. Mum's the word, eh? I'll send her some flowers. They like flowers, don't they?
May I offer you, mademoiselle, my very deepest sympathy?
You know. Oh, well. Doesn't matter who knows now. Now that it's all over. Now that I'll never see him again.
Courage, mademoiselle.
I haven't any courage left. I've used up every bit in these last weeks. Waiting and hoping.
Captain Hastings does not know what we are talking about.
Michael Seaton, the airman. I was engaged to be married to him. And he's dead.
You heard the news last night?
On the wireless. I made an excuse about the telephone. I wanted to hear the news alone in case. I don't want to live. I don't want to live.
I know. To all of us, mademoiselle, there comes a time when death seems preferable to life. With the grief, it passes.
You think I'll forget? Marry someone else? Never.
But you are fortunate, mademoiselle. You have been loved by a brave man.
When did you get engaged?
Just after Christmas. But it had to be a secret. Because of Michael's uncle.
Sir Matthew Seaton.
He thought women ruined a man's life. He was frightfully proud of Michael, though. He financed the building of the Albatross. And if Michael had succeeded, he would have been independent of him. He would have been I don't know, kind of a world hero. His uncle would have come round in the end anyway.
Yes, I see.
I never told anyone. Not even Freddie.
Even when the uncle of Michael Seaton died a week ago?
Well, it seemed a bit boastful to do it while the papers were full of Michael's flight. Michael would have hated that.
Mademoiselle, you once mentioned that you had made a will. Where is it, this will?
Knocking around somewhere. I'm frightfully untidy, you know. Papers and things are mostly in the writing table in the library, or maybe in the bedroom, or maybe... I'm sorry.
You will permit me to make a search for it, yes?
If you want to.
I was right.
What do you mean this engagement business has some bearing on the crime?
Listen to me, mon ami. Just over a week ago, Sir Matthew Seaton dies. And Sir Matthew Seaton was one of the wealthiest men in England.
Yes.
Attendez, he has a nephew whom he idolizes and to whom we may assume he has left his vast fortune. Last Tuesday, this nephew, Michael Seaton, is reported missing, and on Wednesday, the attacks on the life of Mademoiselle begin. Now, suppose, Hastings, that Michael Seaton made his will before he started his flight, and that he left all that he had to his fiancée. In this case, it is not a paltry inheritance that is at stake. No. It is an enormous fortune. What are you doing, Hastings?
What? No, I'm just waiting for Stiffy Bentham. We're going to play golf.
But we're in the middle of a murder investigation.
Just a quick 9 holes. Only Stiffy rang me. He's only down here for one day. Anyway, it's not a real murder investigation, is it?
What do you mean?
Well, I mean, obviously, whoever it was killed the wrong girl.
So it does not count?
No, I'm not saying that.
Hastings, after 3 attempts had been made on the life of Mademoiselle Nick, Poirot gave his word he would protect her. The 4th attempt apparently misfired, and Mademoiselle Maggie Buckley was killed.
Well, I can see you'd feel pretty cut up about it. It's a dead end, Poirot. Anybody could have fired that shot. Nobody had a real motive for wanting to kill either of them anyway.
My dear Hastings, already my investigations have uncovered the fact that Mademoiselle Nick was engaged to the flyer, Captain Seaton.
Yes, I know.
And that he has probably left his large fortune to her. A very forceful motive for murder, surely. Now, we have work to do.
I say. You any foreigner?
Come on.
You are going to get to the bottom of this, aren't you?
I am the dog who stays on the scent, Commander, and does not leave it.
Hope my alibi's in order.
There are other things besides alibis, Commander. You would like, I think, to marry Mademoiselle Nick?
I've always wanted to marry her.
Précisément. Eh bien, Mademoiselle was the fiancée of another man. A motive perhaps for killing, n'est-ce pas? But there would have been no need. The other man dies the death of a hero.
So it's true. Nick was engaged to this Michael Seaton. There's a rumour about it all over town today.
Well, I didn't know about it.
Oh, hello, Freddie.
So neither of you knew that Mademoiselle was engaged to Monsieur Seaton?
Nick's a close little devil when she likes. But I understand now why she's been so nervy lately. Have you got my watch, darling?
Yes, I got it done this morning.
It's a bore. Always something going wrong with it.
You said it kept wonderful time.
Yes. Well, it does. It's just the strap, the little buckle thing. I've got a bit of a headache. I'm going to go and lie down.
Compliments of Hercule Poirot. Merci, madame.
I sent her some flowers already. Might send her some fruit, I suppose.
Ah, the eatable. It is not permitted, Commander.
You don't think someone's still going to try it? Good Lord.
So on the night of the fireworks, you were in the kitchen.
That's right.
You help your wife with the cleaning up, do you?
That's right. When there's company, I do.
That's where the lady was killed, there, by the steps. I've seen a pig kill once, haven't I, Dad?
That's right, son.
I liked it. Dad used to kill pigs when he worked on the farm, didn't you, Dad? I've seen pigs killed. I liked it.
Young'uns like to see pigs killed.
Shot with a pistol, the lady was. She didn't have her throat cut, did she, Dad?
They all like that round here.
Poor Miss Buckley. She was in quite a state, wasn't she? She didn't seem to have any idea where she'd put the will. Most people have a sort of secret place where they keep things like that. Mon Dieu. Are there any secret panels, that sort of thing, in the house, do you know?
Well, there is, as a matter of fact. I remember being shown it as a girl. Only I can't remember just now exactly where it is. In here or in the drawing room.
Big enough for someone to hide in?
Oh, no, sir. It's just a little cupboard sort of a place. About a foot square.
Oh.
Thank you very much, sir.
Secret panels.
I like to cover every eventuality.
Eventuality, huh? Here's an eventuality for you, Hastings.
Oh, who's it from?
Madame Rice.
Darling, party was too marvellous. Feeling rather doomy today. You were wise not to touch that stuff. Don't ever start, sweetie. It's so damned hard to give up. I'm writing the boyfriend to hurry up the supply. What hell it all is. Love, Freddie. Dated last February.
She takes cocaine, of course.
Driver's license. Dressmaker's bill. Perfectly good dividend warrant.
The young girls nowadays, Hastings, they are not properly trained. Order and method are left out of their bringing up.
There's a cheque here for £20 from... What are you doing, Poirot?
We are searching for the will, mon ami.
Those are, well, underclothes, are they?
My poor Hastings, decidedly you belong to the Victorian era. Huh? This is Monsieur Michael Seaton?
Yes.
And his love letters, if I mistake not.
Poirot, you really can't do that. It isn't playing the game.
We are not playing a game, Hastings. We are hunting down a murderer. Here, you better read them as well as me. 2 pairs of eyes are no worse than 1 pair.
I don't like this sort of thing, Poirot.
January the 3rd. Darling, it seems too good to be true that you should actually love me.
Oh, look here.
March the 2nd. My dearest, this is pretty rotten, all this beastly concealment, isn't it? But Uncle Matthew has an absolute bee in his bonnet.
I say, Poirot, listen to this. Dearest, I'm off tomorrow, feeling tremendously excited. By the way, somebody said I ought to make a will. Tactful fellow, so I have, on half a sheet of notepaper, and sent it to old Whitfield. I remembered your name was Magdala, which was clever of me. A couple of the fellows witnessed it. So you were right, he did make a will.
Yes, and anyone who read these letters would know the fact.
We looked everywhere.
Try to remember, mademoiselle, where you last saw your will.
I can't.
You didn't put it in the secret panel by any chance, did you?
Secret what?
Ellen said there was one in the drawing room or the library.
Nonsense. I've never heard of such a thing. Ellen said so.
Maybe. But we are wandering from the subject. The last will and testament of Magdala Buckley.
Did you use a will form?
There wasn't time. I was just going off to have my appendix out. Besides, Mr. Croft said that will forms were very dangerous.
Mr. Croft was there?
Yes, it was his idea to make the will at all.
He is very helpful, the excellent Monsieur Croft.
Yes, he... Oh, what an idiot. Letting you hunt round End House. Charles has got it, of course. My cousin, Charles buys.
Ah.
Mr. Croft said the proper person to have charge of it was a lawyer, so we stuck it in an envelope and sent it off to him straight away. Charles has got it. He'll show it to you if you really want to see it.
Not without an authorization from you. I hope, mademoiselle.
No, I suppose not.
No.
What on earth's the matter?
You must eat nothing that comes from the outside, mademoiselle. Nothing.
You think they're still trying? You think it isn't over yet?
I think it is not over yet.
Well, even if the murderer did throw the gun in the sea, oh, this is a waste of time.
Poirot says that 93% of all police work is a waste of time.
Go on. He's a peculiar so-and-so, isn't he?
Oh, yes. But sharp.
Go on.
Of course, he's picked up a lot from me over the years. Keep your eyes down, lads.
My dear sir, no will has been entrusted to my keeping.
She wrote it herself, I understand, on a sheet of plain paper and posted it to you.
No.
Now, look here, Mr. Vyse.
I never received anything of the kind, Captain Hastings.
In that case, monsieur, there is nothing more to be said. There must be some mistake.
Here you are, sir. That's £6. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
A peppermint rock. Lovely peppermint rock.
Ah, there you are.
Peppermint rock here.
I've got some information on the Lazarus Gallery I thought might interest you.
Tell Tell me, Chief Inspector.
They're not far off Queer Street. A slump in pictures has hit them badly. Antique furniture, too. They built new premises last year and overreached themselves.
Thank you, Inspector.
It's a good motive, eh, Poirot?
I just asked her if she'd made a will. More as a joke than anything else.
Yes.
She wrote it out, then and there.
Who witnessed it?
Ellen, the maid, and her husband.
And afterwards, what was done with it?
We posted it to Mr. Weiss. The lawyer, you know.
You know that it was posted?
I posted it myself, right in this box here by the gate.
Looks all right.
But who is lying, I wonder? Monsieur Croft or Monsieur Charles Weiss? I see no reason for Monsieur Croft to lie. To suppress the will would be of no advantage to him.
What are we doing here, Poirot?
Apparently Dr. McAllister's what they call a woman's doctor.
A gynecologist?
No. Woman seems to be a general term for neurotic.
Who is this Dr. McAllister?
Miss Lemon is trying to tell us Hastings.
So I went to his place in Harley Street. He's got a nursing home there and another place in Paris. I didn't like it. There was something unpleasant about it.
It is respectable?
Yes. Very smart, though. Anyway, I told him I wasn't sleeping very well and I was depressed.
Oh.
It was only a ruse, Captain Hastings.
Oh, a ruse, right.
I managed to chat to one of the nurses. She said, your Commander Challenger comes to the clinic at least once every 10 days.
Does he indeed? Miss Lemon, you have done well.
Jolly well. Who is Dr. McAllister?
Oh, Hastings. He is the uncle of Commander Challenger. The uncle he told us about.
Right.
But you should have seen the waiting room. Lady Lowestoft was there. And Mrs. Bindoff.
Blimey.
None of them was with the doctor more than 5 minutes.
No, Hastings, you do not come. You are going to visit a Monsieur Whitfield for us.
Who's Mr. Whitfield?
He is the lawyer that Michael Seaton mentions in his letter.
Says he sent his will to him.
Precisement. I want you to find out if that was true and what were the terms of the will.
Well, if all the dibs is coming to Miss Buckley, he'll never tell me that.
Then you must use your powers of persuasion, Hastings. Dibs.
He's in London, isn't he?
There is a train to Plymouth in 7 minutes, and from there you can catch the train to London. The Majestic Hotel, if you please, driver. Be kind enough to take this box for me.
Mr. Poirot,
Yes.
there's an urgent message for you. It's from Dr. Graham. Will you telephone him at the nursing home? He said it was most important.
Yes, of course. Would you make the call for me on your telephone? Thank you.
Grange Nursing Home, please.
I do not like these urgent messages, Miss Lemon.
I never reply to urgent messages. I know they're going to be unpleasant.
There you are, sir.
Thank you. Hello, Dr. Graham. Inspector Japp, it's you? What's happened? Yes, I will come at once. Mademoiselle Nick is dangerously ill. She has been poisoned.
The chocolate's cut in half horizontally. Cocaine mixed with the filling. Chocolate stuck together again.
How could she be so idiotic? It was only this morning that I warned her.
Our killer's a bit cleverer than you give him credit for. This came with the chocolates.
With the compliments of Hercule Poirot? I did not write this, and yet it is in my handwriting.
Copied from the card you sent with some flowers.
Quite well copied, too.
How is Miss Buckley?
I have failed, Miss Lemon. I have failed utterly and completely. Mademoiselle Buckley died 10 minutes ago.
Tickets, please. Madam. Sir. Sir. Thank you, madam.
You love to be en rapport with him, but not behind the bolted door with him. What did she do? I leave it to you. She did just what you do too.
That's terrible.
I know.
Poor old Poirot. He must be feeling dreadful.
He is. He won't come out of his room. I wanted him to come to dinner with me, but he wouldn't. How did you get on with that lawyer in London?
Very well, as a matter of fact. I remembered I'd been at school with his son. He's a partner now, and so... Anyway, the upshot is, yes, Michael Seaton did send a will to him.
And?
He left everything to Miss Buckley. Millions and millions, apparently, because of his uncle dying just before.
Now, I want you to tell me exactly how and when the parcel for Miss Buckley arrived.
A dark-haired gentleman brought it. Came up in a big red car.
Ah, Lazarus, eh?
And what did you do with it?
I just put it on the end of the table here. About 2:30 it was. Everything that comes in for the patients is left here, for the nurses to take up.
Well, I came on duty at 3 o'clock. Well,
5:02 actually, because I got a lift up the hill from Dr. Graham. Anyway, I took her up the parcel then.
So for nearly 1/2 hour, it was left unguarded on the table?
There was the box of chocolates, there was a bunch of flowers from a Mr. and Mrs. Croft, and there was a parcel that had come in the post. And that was a box of Fuller's chocolates too.
Come on. A second box?
Yes, it was a coincidence. Anyway, Miss Buckley unwrapped them both, and your card was in one of them, so she said that was all right, and I was to take the other one away.
Who was the other one from?
Oh, there wasn't a card.
But which was the one that was meant to be from me? The one that came by post, or the one that was delivered by hand?
Oh, I'm not sure. Miss Buckley had unwrapped them both before she looked inside them. I really couldn't say.
You left a box of chocolates at the nursing home for Miss Buckley yesterday afternoon, Mr. Lazarus.
Yes, I did.
That was very amiable of you, monsieur.
As a matter of fact, they were from Freddie, Mrs. Rice. She asked me to get them.
I see.
So you've still got no leads, then?
Well, I wouldn't say that.
I want to see them hanged, whoever did this.
She don't want to see nobody, she says.
Well, you just tell her.
No. Would you please inform Madame Rice that it is her friend, Hercule Poirot?
She says, will you please go away?
Excuse me.
Go away! How dare you!
This is a murder investigation, Mrs. Rice, not a vicarage tea party. You sent a box of chocolates to Miss Buckley yesterday.
I won't be bullied.
2 people have been murdered, Mrs. Rice. Your friend was killed with poisoned chocolates. We have information that you sent her a box of chocolates.
You think I killed Nick?
We have to investigate every possibility, madame. Even the remotest.
Nick telephoned me yesterday and asked me to get her a £2 box of Fuller's chocolates.
She asked you to get them?
Yes. So I did.
How did she sound on the telephone?
Sound? All right. Her voice sounded a bit weak. I didn't realize who it was at first.
Until she told you who it was?
Yes.
Are you sure, madame, that it was your friend?
Yes, of course. Well, who else could it have been?
Well, that didn't get us very far.
I understand nothing. Nothing. I am in the dark. I am a little child. Who stands to gain by the death of Mademoiselle, huh? Madame Rice. Who buys the chocolates, admits it, and then tells a story about being rung up on the telephone that does not for 1 minute hold the water? Madame Rice. No, it is too simple. Stupid.
But she takes cocaine, you say?
As that there is no mistake.
And there was cocaine in those chocolates.
She is not stupid. The killer tried 4 times and failed. The 5th time, he succeeded. What did he want? What was going to happen when Mademoiselle Nick died that he so dearly wanted to happen? Well, we shall see. Today, perhaps all will become clear. I cannot eat these eggs. They are of totally different sizes.
Mr. Poirot?
Yes?
Telephone for you, sir. In the foyer.
Who is it?
Mr. Charles Vyse.
Things begin to happen, huh? Excuse me. When? This morning? Oh, no, we cannot wait so long. Tonight? Oh, yes. Au revoir. It begins.
What's going on?
Suivez. Monsieur Charles Vyse has just informed me that this morning through the post he has received a will signed by his cousin, Mademoiselle Buckley, and dated the 25th of February last.
What, it's turned up after 6 months in the post?
Just at the right moment, n'est-ce pas?
But does she leave everything to Mrs. Rice?
Monsieur Vyse was far too correct to say anything about the contents of the will, but there seems no doubt that it is the same will, and it is witnessed by Ellen Wilson and her husband.
Which brings us back to Frederica Rice.
Such a pretty name, Frederica.
Maybe. Prettier than what her friends call her, huh? Freddie? Ce n'est pas joli for a young lady.
Well, there aren't many abbreviations for Frederica. It's not like Elizabeth where you can have dozens. Eliza, Liz, Betty, Betsy, Bess.
Thank you, Miss Lemon. Yes, that's
Oh,
very...
Margaret. That has a lot too. Maggie, Madge.
Margot.
Peggy.
Margie. Meg. Meggie.
Ah, there you are, Poirot. I've been looking for you.
What's your name, Chief Inspector?
Name? What name?
Your first name?
James.
James Japp.
Jim. Jimmy Japp.
Jamie Japp.
Chief Inspector Japp and I will leave you to play.
What about Hercule?
There aren't any for Hercule.
Herc?
It may be what the murderer has been waiting for, Inspector, but we cannot be sure. This is a matter of complex and hidden motives, huh? And... Oh, mon Dieu.
What's up?
I have been blind. Blind. Complex, I have said? Mais non. Of a simplicity extreme. And the miserable one that I am, I saw nothing.
This makes a nice change for me. I'm not a... Oh, Bert, look, we're going to sit next to that nice Captain Hastings.
Ah.
Good. That is all, I think, Monsieur Rice.
In an ordinary case, the will of a deceased person is read after the funeral. In fact, I am proposing to read it now. Although dated last February, it only reached me by post this morning. However, although it is a most informal document, it is properly attested. This is the last will and testament of Magdala Buckley. I appoint my cousin, Charles Vyse, as my executor. I leave everything of which I die possessed to Mildred Croft, in grateful recognition of the services rendered by her to my father, Philip Buckley, which services nothing can ever repay. Signed, Magdala Buckley.
It's true. Not that I ever meant to let on about it. Philip Buckley was out in Australia, and if it hadn't been for me... Well, I don't want to go into that.
Well, I think perhaps you ought to, Mrs. Croft.
A secret it's been, and a secret it had better remain. She knew about it, though. Nick, I mean. I guess her father must have told her. But if anyone says that there is no gratitude in this world, I shall tell them that they're wrong and that this proves it.
I presume, Monsieur Vyse, that as the next of kin you could contest that will, eh? There is, I understand, a vast fortune at stake, which was not the case when the will was made.
I should not dream of contesting my cousin's disposal of her property.
You are a very honest fellow, and I shall see that you do not lose by it.
Well, as I see, this is a surprise, huh?
Dear sweet girl. I wish she could look down now and see us. Perhaps she does. Who knows?
Perhaps. A little idea. We are fortunate indeed to have with us this evening Mademoiselle Lemont. Now, I know that she does not like to have it bruited about, but Mademoiselle Félicité Lemont has the pronounced powers of the medium. Now, we are all here, we are seated around the table. Let us hold a séance.
Wonderful idea.
A séance? But surely...
This is nonsense.
No. It will be most interesting.
Why not?
Already, Mademoiselle Lemont? I'll turn the lights out.
Now, we must all join hands. Is that not so, Mademoiselle Lemont?
Well...
Everybody join hands and...
Now, please, if you please, we must have the complete silence. Well, Mademoiselle Lemont goes into her trance.
Do you think...
Quiet, please.
Yes, she is now going into her trance.
Is there anybody there?
I think it's time we stop fooling about.
Shh.
Is there anybody there?
you're real. I'm real, all right.
Thank God. Thank God. Who was responsible for this farrago, then?
It was I who persuaded Mademoiselle Nick to pretend to be dead, I'm afraid.
Thank you so much, Mrs. Croft, for what you did for my father. But I'm afraid you won't be able to enjoy the benefits of that will you forged just yet.
Oh, but it was just a joke, dear. Just a joke.
Oh, it really is very funny.
Just a bit of a laugh, that's all.
That will was a forgery.
Oh, yes. And a very fine one, too.
You've got nothing on me.
Nothing. You forge my will. And then when I don't die to suit you, you try to murder me.
No.
You don't succeed. But you kill my poor cousin by mistake and you say nothing.
We never had nothing to do with that.
Don't say anything, Bert. Don't say anything.
We may have forged the will.
Bert!
We never had nothing to do with no killing.
Take them away, Inspector. Take them out of my house.
Ruth, we never had nothing to do with that girl dying.
Oh, it's so wonderful now that it's all over. I really hated doing it. Deceiving you, all my nice friends.
As long as you're all right, really.
I think it's time for a celebration.
Yes.
Perhaps. Or perhaps it is time for the truth. Chief Inspector Japp?
Early this evening, acting on information received from Mr. Poirot, I concealed myself behind a screen in the library. When everyone was assembled in the dining room, another person entered the house. This person made their way to a secret panel in the library. They then took out the object that was in there and went out into the hall. Now, this person comes out here and does a very curious thing. They put the object they removed from behind the secret panel in the pocket of one of those coats hanging there. Mrs. Rice,
Yes.
just help me out, will you? Go and look in the pocket of your coat. Show me what's in there.
There's nothing in there. Apart from my gloves.
Humour me, Mrs. Rice.
Gloves.
Try the other pocket.
It's not mine.
If you're trying to frame her...
No. Someone is trying to frame Madame Rice. But it is not Inspector Japp. And it is not Poirot. Merci. Maggie Buckley was killed. That was inescapable. But surely it was Mademoiselle Nick that someone was trying to kill. But that did not make sense. Mademoiselle Nick loves End House, huh? Is that not so, Mademoiselle Nick? But she is in desperate need of money in order to keep it. So what good fortune she thinks when she meets the wealthy young aviator Michael Seaton at Le Touquet. But he does not fall in love with her. He falls in love with someone else.
This is rubbish.
So an outrageous plan begins to form in the pretty head of our young lady. And when I think of this, I think of some silly things that Captain Hastings and Miss Lemon were saying. That there were many abbreviations for the name of Margaret. Maggie, Margot, Madge, etc., yes. And it occurred to me to ask myself the question, what was the real name of Maggie Buckley? And tout d'un coup it came to me. There were 2 Magdala Buckleys.
Oh, my God. This is rubbish, Freddie. It's slanderous, too. Charles, you're my lawyer.
Magdala was a family name. But Michael Seaton did not know that Mademoiselle Nick was called also Magdala. He only knows her as Nick. And in his very informal will, he just says he leaves everything to Magdala Buckley.
This is untrue. It's untrue, every word of it.
Voila the person. The person who shot Mademoiselle Maggie. Mademoiselle Nick.
Are you mad? Why should I kill Maggie?
In order to inherit the money left to her by Michael Seaton. It was to her he was secretly engaged, not you. It was with her he was in love. Not you.
You silly little man. You don't know anything. You're all so stupid! Let me get my watch. Come on, then.
She'd never have got away with it, of course.
My dear Chief Inspector, she very nearly did get away with it. Even Poirot is taken in, huh? The murder of Maggie Buckley was easy. But to make it doubly convincing, Mademoiselle Nick continued with more tales of attempts on her own life.
What first put you onto it?
I think the love letters of Michael Seaton. You see, Mademoiselle Nick stole only those letters which did not contain the name of Maggie. But there was something else about those letters. On the 27th of February last, Mademoiselle Nick underwent an operation for appendicitis. But there was a letter dated March the 2nd from Michael Seaton, and he does not mention it.
She was such a queer little girl. She couldn't help herself, you know?
It's going to be a very unpleasant business. I must see about some kind of defense for her, I suppose.
I think there will be no need. If I mistake not, the wristwatch of Mademoiselle Nick will obviate the necessity for a trial. Because it is there, is it not, that you conceal the cocaine?
What? What the hell do you mean?
No, do not try to deceive me, Commander, with your hearty, good fellow manner. You make a good thing of it, do you not? The trafficking of the drugs. You and your uncle in Harley Street.
Now, look here.
What do you think, Inspector, about the trafficking of drugs?
I'm not keen on it, as a matter of fact. I think we'd better go and have a little talk, Commander.
Good God. Cocaine in the wristwatches.
And that is why she wanted her watch, n'est-ce pas?
Ooh, that's awful.
Indeed it is, Miss Lemon. But it is better than the rope of a hangman. It is satisfying, is it not, Chief Inspector? In a case when at last one knows everything.
I thought you knew everything anyway, Poirot.
There's one for you, Chief Inspector.
Oh, thank you.
None for Mr. Poirot, because I read an article on the train how ice cream was extremely bad for the little grey cells.
And 2 for me, because mine are dead already.
They are very amusing, are they not, Chief Inspector? The sea air obviously agrees with them. I think perhaps when I return to London, I shall leave them here. Thank you. Santé.